Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and today is May the 18th, 2011. We did have our update today. I kind of thought that we would have had this Monday, being Monday is usually such a bullish day, but instead we had it today. So be it. It was hard to tell one way or another how that was going to go. I have been expecting this move up for a while, and I really expected it to happen this week at some point. I just kind of felt it was going to happen Monday. I thought that this candle here would have been Monday, and then Tuesday we would have had a pause type day, maybe like one of these over here, and then one final push up on Wednesday, another pause day, then down on Thursday. But it's hard to tell. So we had a down Monday, another down day here on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm sorry, I'm getting the days wrong. Down day here on the Tuesday, and then we reversed into the FOMC meeting. So looking at it here, we are still away from this downward sloping trend line. This is where I really think that we're going to go back up to. And I know that we've got this one here as resistance. And I know that you can also draw a line through, well, not this one. You actually, if you start here and draw a line here, you can see we've already pierced through that one. This here chop right here shows we pierced through that one. So we got a couple possibilities for tomorrow. We can open flat, and if we do, I don't think we're going to go through here. If we open flat tomorrow, I think we're going to roll over and go back down. Now the question is, how far we're going to go down. If you actually look at this, this could be a head, this could be a left shoulder, and this could be a smaller left shoulder. We could go down here, put in a higher low for a right shoulder, and then go back up again, and this time pierce it and go on up here and hit this. Or just depends. I mean, I guess if you, it depends on how many days you did this. If you stretched it out long enough, over a few days, you could, go up here, hit this, and trade sideways until you hit that point. That's possible too. But we're getting near a bottom. We're getting near a bottom to where I think we're going to turn and go back up and possibly retest this 1370. We're either going to put in a lower high and roll over in a big wave 3 down, or we are going to continue on up and go to the fake print of 138.86 on the SPY, about 1388 here. So is 1388 the final top? I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, it could be just a point that they're going to hit on a certain day. We just don't know when that day is going to be, but I do believe it's going to be hit. So with that being the case, as you can see here on the 60, we are getting up here in overbought territory on the histogram bars. Now the actual MACD moving averages here are not. They're just now approaching 0. They could go all the way up here to 5.0 if you really pushed hard. But you would expect them to roll over and dip down at least, and then kind of reset themselves back up. And that would be basically a move down like this to put in, maybe a down sideways or something, to put in kind of a bull flag, or basically an A, B, C move up. That is a possibility. Now, if they do roll over hard, then there's still the possibility of this rolling all the way back down and going down here to this -10. That is a possibility too. So you look at the daily charts, and you can see it is trying to hook back up, but I think it's going to fail this first time. It just doesn't look strong enough to me. This here area, again, just like I said on Sunday's video, this looks like its first attempt to hook up. It looks very similar to this right here to me. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think that we're in this area right here where it looks like it's ready to come back up, but it has one more move down to go. and that's what I'm thinking is going to happen here. It'll go down one more time, and so I really do expect this to roll down and to head down there towards that 20. There's other reasons for that. The dollar is still very, very bullish looking and putting in a bull flag, and so, you know, I think that the dollar has more room to go, and that obviously is going to hurt the stock market as well. So, multitude of reasons there, and we still don't have. We still haven't had a negative tick of 1,000, and so there's really not much, I guess, panic in the markets yet. There's really not any panics. Nobody's panicking. They just see it as just a nice corrective move down, yet the technicals are showing that a big move is coming. So, you know, are we going to roll up and have a big move right here with the ADX line? Look where it's at. It's down here at about, I don't know, 11 or 12. Let's see, 11.73. That is very low. This thing, when it curls up and gets some momentum, it's either going to be a big rally up or a quick move down, a hard move down. And so, you know, I don't know which one. I don't know if we're going to get the big push up and complete this and make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave push, or if we're going to go down here and try to touch this 1250 or something, and then you know, complete out the month of May. Maybe that takes to the early June or something, and you know, then Bernanke comes on and says, yeah, we're going to have QE3, so blah blah blah. So the market rallies and rallies on back up into July and August. I think that our big crash will be in October of this year. So far, the Legatus meeting has been dead on accurate, as the turn date was exactly May the 2nd. If you remember, April the 30th through May the 2nd was the Legatus meeting. After they came out of it, silver tanked, market tanked, it all tanked. So is it done tanking? I mean, this right now is just a correction. This isn't a crash. So is it done, or are we going to have a surprise? I really don't know. I can't answer that. But right now I am still on the bearish side, that there's nothing here that's convinced me that this is any more than just a retracement. So I am looking tomorrow to see where we open. If we open flat, then I'd be looking to get short immediately. If not, if we gap up above this line, then I think they'll make a run for this line right here. If they hit that, that is your ideal shorting spot. That's about, depends on when we hit it. Obviously, as it goes, you know, it's sloping down, so it's 1350 to maybe 1352 or something like that is where the ideal spot is. Now, on some good news here, well, let me show you this 30 here first here too. As you can see, the 30, same thing. If this thing does, you know, gap up above this and make a run for this, you would expect this here to go back up here just a little bit and kind of make a negative divergence on it, and maybe this to go up here, maybe to 2.5, maybe a little higher, and then roll over. You can see it's wanting to curl back up. It's getting its strength from the daily. The 30 and the 60 are getting strength from the daily, folks. As you can see, the daily is hooking back up and giving it strength, but I just don't think it's going to last. So 15-minute chart, you can see it dipped down negative for briefly, and then tried to go back up into the close, but it's getting overbought too, as you can see. But now it can stay overbought for a while. If the daily chart's pushed it up, it can stay overbought for quite a while, as you can see right here how it's done that. So anyway, I am so far everything looks pretty much on target, as we're going to make a run for this, and then we're going to sell off hopefully tomorrow, if all goes as planned. If all goes as planned, this will open and make a run for this. I hope it gaps over this line and hits it quickly and then tanks. That's what I'd like to see. If it just opens flat, it'll probably dip down throughout the day and then reset back up and go back up until into the close and end up a flat day on Thursday, and then reset these charts and allow a bullish move on Friday. That would, to me, be the worst case scenario for the bears. That's because that could indicate that we're not going to go down this week. It'll be next week, or maybe not. You know, maybe it puts in the head and shoulders, makes the head and shoulders of that we could be setting up right here. Like I said, if this goes down and then back up, that could be a right shoulder, as this being a left shoulder and this being a head. We don't want that to happen. We really want this thing to gap up in the morning, go up here, hit this trend line, get slapped back down, and then just fall like a rock as these 60-minute, 30-minute, and all the other charts roll over, and hopefully the daily too. Then they all roll back over, and then let it come back down here and put in a really ugly day. That's what I would really like to see. Don't know. The market, as far as options expiration, there's a lot of stuff that they pin stuff places. 135 and 134 on the SPY is the key area that I think they'll pin it at. That does not mean they might that they won't pop it up first and drop it back down hard, then run it back up on Friday. And, they can run it back up on Friday and still get it close to this 134 on the SPY. So they're going to pin it where it makes them the most money. But so anyway, on another note, the fellow named Dominique Strauss-Kahn, the head of the IMF, who is right here, this guy, this gangster. Yes, he's a big gangster. He was arrested, and Benjamin Fulford has stated that he was arrested because he was trying to steal the American people's Social Security money to finance the euro. And it's according to one of his Rothschild family sources. So the charge of rape against him was almost certainly a case of entrapment by a female agent, although he's sure that no proof of this will ever be found. The next phase in the battle against the high-level gangsters is expected to target Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Aha! So that will be something we definitely want to keep our eye on, looking for a short, because if that plays out, then the fake print that we've seen on Goldman could come to could become a reality. Sorry, a little tired. And that always makes you wonder. Here they are, the good guys, the White Dragon Society, basically going after these gangsters and arresting them. But the bad guys, the Illuminati, have already put out fake prints of Goldman a year or two ago. It certainly makes you wonder if the Illuminati is still not in full control and manipulating the White Dragon Society by throwing them a bone and saying, okay, we're going to give you the dirt on Goldman Sachs, and so you'll leave us alone. And because they already planned to sacrifice Goldman Sachs, it's already in the cards. We know that because we have a fake print on them. So it's always deeper than what you really think it is what I'm trying to say. And also here, as you can see on BenjaminFulford.net, he also talks about HARP being used on the flooding of the Mississippi River over the New Madrid fault line, that this has been done with HARP. It's a once in a 500-year flooding. So yeah, I'd also read somewhere where they had had something like 300 minor earthquakes this year so far, and that they rarely have more than I think it was 30 or 40. I'd read that somewhere else too. So yeah, it's definitely being done. These gangsters are trying to get to do the end of the world scenario, where they split the planet in half, and have these crazy possible maps that you have seen everywhere, like this. Basically, in this area right here, this I would say. Let's see here. Here's Kentucky. Here's Tennessee. Let's see. The New Madrid fault line. This is Iowa, I believe, and this is that's Illinois. That's Indiana, I believe. Michigan. Now, the New Madrid fault line is somewhere in this area. I guess underneath the Mississippi, but anyway, they are trying to flood this area to get the New Madrid fault line to erupt, crack, and split the United States in half, and cause this flooding, earth changes, just like they are trying to get Japan to sink, so that when it falls off the continental shelf, 1,000-foot tidal wave will hit California and kill everyone there. It's just horrible what these people think, And you can also see, I'm down right here in Florida, right there's where I'm at. You can see I'll be gone too. So what can you do? I don't think it's going to happen. I think a lot of good people are going to stop him. I really do. So I don't think we should panic about that. But that's a good sign that this gangster here was set up by an agent for some good guy. I didn't say what that agent was for. Let's see, what type of it? Just a female agent. I don't know what agency. One of the alphabet soup agencies, I'm sure. But that was good that they caught him. Now, he knows a lot of secrets because he is an Illuminati member. So I wonder if they can turn the screws on him and get him to rat on all of his buddies. I certainly hope so. There shouldn't be any loyalty among rats, is there? Don't they all turn on each other? So let's hope that's the case, and they can get something out of this gangster. I'd like to get something out of him so they can go arrest Henry Kissinger and George H. Bush and Dick Cheney. Those are the top of my list, as well as Warren Buffett, George Soros, more gangsters. Get those guys, arrest those thugs, throw them in prison. What I'd really like to do to these people is to put them in a sarcophagus, like you see on Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. That stuff is real. That's like a casket, but it's done on a pyramid or on a ley lines of the planet Earth, and it allows you to leave your body in a spiritual state and use your pineal gland, which is the one that the Pope makes fun of you all the time by having a shape of a pine cone on the end of his staff, saying, I know what this is for and you don't. And the pineal gland, it is your spiritual eye, your third eye. And that would be the best torture for these people, is to force them to face their own demons, face all the people they've murdered and killed in the spiritual state. That is the best thing. Make them sleep in that every single night, and they'd just be facing their own demons. Hitler supposedly did slip in one, and he freaked out and said he never wanted to be in there again, and he said he'd seen nightmares and stuff chasing him, and demons chasing him. Well, of course he did. A good person's is not going to see that, and they're going to be fine. But somebody who's evil, like these Illuminati people, that's the worst thing in the world for them, is to go in a spiritual state and to face their own demons of all the people that they've killed and murdered. So that's what this guy needs, along with all the other gangsters. So anyway, gang, I don't know if we're going to crash tomorrow. All I know is I'm looking for this to get short right here. a hit of this line right here, and that's the shorting opportunity to me. A flat open is also a shorting opportunity because we're already hitting this right here. We could just do one of these right here. See, it's just chop, 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 and then finally it collapsed. We could do the same thing right here. We could just kind of chop, 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 especially if it doesn't really go much higher, and it just rolls over. Whether or not it'll be just a short-term one and go down and then reverse back up, I don't know. I'd like to see some good jobs numbers so that it will gap up, bang on that trend line, get the retail bulls on board, and then have it turn back down and really sell off hard. So that's what I'd like to see. So we shall see, gang. I will see everyone on the blog. See ya.